come here.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Who else would I be talking to? Get over here.
Okay.
Want to learn how to make a homemade pack bait recipe that catches tons of carp and catfish?
I guess.
Then stick around, I'll show you how. Yo, what's going on everybody? My name is Josh and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of my all-time favorite pack bait recipes. I call this the goat bait. Now this is several different baits all mixed into one. To get started, you're going to need 2 large containers, preferably buckets. Our first ingredient will be one 42-ounce container of old-fashioned oats. You can use whatever brand you like. They're all pretty much the same. I typically use the Great Value brand from Walmart because it's easily accessible in my area. The next item in the mix is sweet feed. This is a pellet that's typically used as a sweet treat for farm animals like horses or cows. You can pick it up at places like Tractor Supply, Rural King, or possibly even your local co-op. Use the empty oats container and weigh out 1 pound of sweet feed pellets. Add those to your oats, give it a quick mix, and set it to the side. We're going to get started on our second part of the mix by weighing out 1 pound 4 ounces of soybean meal and adding that to our second bucket. Now the only place I know to buy soybean meal is from a co-op. It typically comes in 50-pound bags. Usually it's pretty cheap depending on the season. I highly recommend it as it makes a great bait all by itself. Our next ingredient is hulled millet. No, not regular millet. This is hulled millet. And to purchase this, you're going to want to contact different co-ops or bird feed and seed kind of stores. Likely they're not going to have it in stock, but if you ask them, they can probably order it in for you. We're going to weigh out 1 pound 4 ounces and add this to our soybean meal. The next item we're going to need is 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. We're going to dump this into our soybean meal millet mixture, give it a good mix, and it will help bind the bait together in the next few steps. To bind the bait together, we're going to be using corn syrup. Now you can get corn syrup at just about any grocery store. Some people also call this Cairo syrup, but that's actually just a name brand for it. I actually buy mine at an Amish baking store. It comes in 1-gallon containers and it saves you a little bit of money that way. Measure out 16 ounces of syrup and then put it in the microwave for 1 minute and 15 seconds. Heating up the syrup makes it thinner and easier to mix. Once your syrup is nice and warm, we're going to add in our liquid flavoring. I'll be using 2 different kinds of fish-on flavors, starting with strawberry. Give it a good shake. And now it's ready. Add about 2 to 3 ounces into the syrup and mix it together. Once it's mixed together, dump it into your oat and sweet feed mix and use a spatula to get every last drop out of your mixing cup. Mix this together until there are no dry spots. If you're enjoying this video, if you could take the time to hit that like and subscribe button, we'd greatly appreciate it. Once you've got it mixed thoroughly, set it to the side. We're going to measure out 10 ounces of syrup. Toss that in your microwave for 1 minute. Once it beeps, it's ready for flavor. We're going to be using 2 ounces of fish-on banana flavoring. Just mix that into the syrup and dump it right into your soybean meal millet mix. Mix this together just like you did the last one until there are no dry spots. While we're mixing this up, drop us a comment and let us know what your favorite carp or catfish bait is. Here comes the fun part. We're going to mix both of our combos together. This creates a bait that has several different elements to it, big and small, that carp and catfish absolutely love. This bait being a syrup bait will not sour, so it lasts a very, very long time. If it dries out or stops packing, just add a little bit of syrup to it and boom, it's good to go again. This bait takes about an hour before it's ready to fish. Once it's done, I'll show you a couple different ways you can use it, and we'll also do a breakdown test on it as well.
1 eternity later.
Here's our finished product. I'll go ahead and bring it in so you can see it. You've got your sweet feed pellets, your oats, your millet, your soybean meal. These are all great baits by themselves, so once you combine it together, it makes an absolutely fantastic bait for both carp and catfish. It works great in the wild or even pay lakes, and I'll show you a couple different ways to use it. This being a syrup bait, you'll want to get your hands wet first. And then the first way that some people are going to use this bait is they're going to grab their sinker or a method lead. Just grab you a ball of your bait and you can smush it right into your pack bait and just kind of pack it right around there. Make a big old ball. And once you cast that out, it's going to break apart and leave a huge ball of chum for you. Now I'll show you the way that I personally like to use it. I've got a tiger nut on right here, and I'm going to get my hand wet, grab me a little ball of bait. That's what she said. Got him. And I'm just going to push my hook right into the middle. We're going to give it a few squeezes, and while we're squeezing it, I like to pull on the line and make sure it comes right out of the middle, straight up through the top. If you do this, you'll be able to cast it long distances. I've hit over 100 yards with this bait, packed just like this. Let's do a breakdown on it. We've got our ball of bait here. Let's toss it in some water and see how long it takes to break down. We'll add a little song and do a little time lapse. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Wake up, brother, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
I'll bring you guys in and show you what it looks like in the water. We've got a nice little cloud from the different flavors. You can see all the different particles in there. And we packed it right around our hook bait. As you can see, it makes it kind of fluff up in the middle, and that's why I like to do it this way. I don't know, for some reason it seems like I get more takes like this. If you're a follower of the channel, then you already know this is one of our absolute favorite pack baits. We kind of kid around on the live streams and refer to it as the goat bait, greatest of all time. This bait packs extremely well. If you're having issues with it staying on, I would highly recommend working on your packing technique. I've seen a lot of guys pack baits like it's a dough ball or something, and that just won't work. Think of it more like packing a snowball instead. It's nice that this bait doesn't rot or sour. If it starts to dry out on you and quits packing, just add in a little more syrup and it's good to go again. Let us know in the comments what you think is the greatest bait of all time besides corn. I want to say thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great day. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Peace.